Hi crocheters of the world, in this tutorial I want to show you another project of mine, this hat with air flaps. As you can see, worked with the brick stitch, old brick stitch from the top and the air flaps too. And this is the hat that I made for my tutorial in Italian, and now I want to make another one, and this is worked in I don't know, purple and gray, and I used these colors, but for this one I want to use blue and maroon or brown, and I have here lots of a variety of yarns, as you can see, and I want to put all together to create this cap. So you can also use yarn leftovers for this project, because it's really nice when it's, can you see it, I use here different types of yarn, and it's really nice when it's colored. So it's really a nice project to use your leftovers of yarn. Okay, now I will work with a 4.5 millimeters hook, if I will find it, of course. Hope I will. Yes, I think it's this one. Okay, and nothing else. Let us begin. So I will begin with this brown, light brown, really soft. And where is the... Okay, no, we begin with the slip, not with the slip knot, but with the magic circle, sorry. Chain 1 and 1, 2, 3, and now we have our first double crochet, and let's put 9 more. So 1 around the circle, the magic circle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and now we have 10 double crochets with our beginning chain 3. Now let's close our magic circle, insert your hook into the third chain of the beginning chain 3 to join with a slip stitch. Okay, in this project, as you see, and for this stitch is really better to change color after every round. So I will change color. I will show you how it's really easy to change color. So now let's say that I want to put this. Okay, no, please, it's not okay, the risks. Okay, now we just fold like this the yarn. Now we have a loop. Put your loop on the hook, keep it tight, and pass through the loop on the hook. And now we have joined our new color, and we can cut the yarn of the first color, first round color. Okay, and we can begin our second round. Into the second round we will work in between the stitches, so yarn over, pull and keep tight these two tails on the back side, and in between the chain 3 and the second double crochet insert your hook and work 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2. Okay, 2 double crochets, then chain 1 and the same thing in between the second and the third double crochet, so 1 and 2, chain 1, then again in between the next 2 double crochets in between the stitches, work 1 and 2 double crochets, again in between the stitches and a chain 1, so 1 and 2 double crochets, chain 1 in between the 2 stitches, next 2 stitches, 1 double crochet and another 1, so 2 double crochets and a chain 1, again 1 and 2 in between the stitches. Now we'll have and a chain 1, again 1 and 2 in between the stitches and a chain 1, again 1 and 2 and a chain 1, and now I have 2 more, one and 2, chain 1 and again 1 and 2. Okay, now again chain 1 and insert your hook here where you worked your first double crochet and of course the slip stitch to join. This is what we have so far. We have 20 double crochets and 10 chain 1 spaces, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, so 20 double crochets because we worked 2 pair of 2 double crochets in between the stitches, the 10 double crochets of the first round. Okay, so this is what we have so far after second round is completed. For the third round I will change the color into this dark brown. Cut the yarn, the blue, and let's work like this. Yarn over and insert your hook in between these two and work a double crochet and a chain 1. Now work a double crochet on the top of the double crochet of the first round here. Chain 1, and again a double crochet in between the 2 stitches, the pair of stitches worked in the second round, so my blue one, chain 1, then again a double crochet into the stitch here, the double crochet of the first round. And for this third round we'll go on like this, working one double crochet in between the 2 stitches of the second round and 1 double crochet into the stitch here of the first round. So we'll have 20 stitches at the end of this third round, but 20 chain 1 spaces too, because now we work a chain 1 space after every double crochet worked. So this is the difference. Chain 1 and again work a double crochet into the in between the 2 stitches of the second round, chain 1, don't forget to chain 1, and double crochet into the double crochet of the first round, chain 1, and again in between the stitches of the second round, chain 1, and again on the top of the double crochet of our first round. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to catch it. Okay, like this. Now chain 1 and in between the 2 stitches of the second round, chain 1, don't forget to chain 1, because we'll have 20 chain 1 spaces and 20 double crochets at the end of this third. Okay, I finished. Not finished, but almost finished. My third round, I have to work the last stitch, and it's not really easy here into my chain 3 space. Now my first double crochet of my first round. Here it is, and yes, chain 1. Now I finished my third round, inserting the hook into the first double crochet made and slip stitch to join. Here it is, what we have so far. My yarn, this yarn, it's a baby yarn, really soft, so it gives this puffy effect and I like it. But as I said, you can use any kind of color combination, of yarns combination, so even if it's not the same size, let's say, I don't know, the yarns, it's not important at all. Of course, not a huge difference in between the consistency of the yarns, but it can be a little difference, because if you have leftovers, it's okay, no problem. Okay, now cut your yarn and change color, and changing color after every round, it's important into following the pattern, because you can see exactly the round that we work in actually. So this is the brown, the dark brown round, and now I don't know, I will put this kind of blue, really light blue. Okay, so I'm ready to start my fourth round. So into my fourth round, so I designed this pattern, very easy to follow, because into the sixth round, so we have 2 more rounds, the fourth and the fifth, to work, and into the sixth round, which is this pink one here, is a round that we can change or adjust the size of the cap. So this is just one round where we can change, we can adjust the size, so make it bigger or smaller, or I don't know. This is worked with the 40 double crochets and 40, of course, chain 1 spaces. So actually, if we think there are 80 stitches, because we work, as you can see, as you will see, or if you already know the brick stitch, you work a round and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and into the second round we alternate where we worked the double crochet we put the chain 1, and where we worked the chain 1 we put the double crochet. So okay, now for these fourth rounds, 1, 2, 3, really easy to count the rounds. So for this fourth round we work like this. We will work a double crochet. What we have here? No, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Yes, it is. Yes. So we will work into every double crochet of our second round. So my blue round here. So chain, not chain one. Pull tight the tail here, tails, the two colors, and work the first double crochet into the first double crochet of the second round. So not the previous round, but the second. So not this brown, but this one. Chain one, and again into the next, skip the brown stitch and into the next stitch of the second round work another double crochet and chain one. Then skip the brown stitch and into the next double crochet of the second round work a double crochet and a chain one. Then again into the next double crochet of the second round work a double crochet and a chain one. And that's it. We go on like this for the fourth round. Into the next double crochet of the second round work a double crochet and a chain one. Into the next double crochet of the second round work a double crochet and a chain one. So we work a double crochet chain one into every stitch of our second round. So we forget about our third round. We are working into our second round. Okay, so continue on like this until the end of this round. Okay, now I almost finished my fourth round, and I just have to chain one. No, I chained one, so I just have to insert my hook into the first double crochet and to slip stitch to join. Okay, so into the fourth round, this round that we finished, we kept the number of stitches, so we didn't change the number of stitches. We have 20 stitches and 20 chain one spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 20 single chain one spaces. So we don't change, we didn't change anything. Now cut your yarn and change the color, and into this fifth round we are going to increase into every second stitch worked, and we are going to work into our third round, my dark brown round. So in this pattern we are working always, we are not working into our previous round as usual work. We are working into a round before the previous round. Okay, so in my case it's my dark brown. Now we will work like this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Can you see my fifth round is this round with fuchsia? And I worked 1 and 2 and 1 and increase 1 and increase 1 and increase into every single stitch of my 1, 2, 3 third round, which is pink in this hat. Okay, so here I worked, and now we will work like this: yarn over, keep tight these two tails, and here is my first brown stitch, and it's here that, oops, please don't, and it's here that I want to work my first stitch. So 1, chain 1, don't forget about the chain 1, and skip into the next stitch of my third round and work 1 and 2 into the same stitch. So this is my first increase. Okay, chain 1 and into the next stitch of the third round work just 1 double crochet, chain 1 and into the next work 1 increase, 1 and 2. Okay, now again chain 1 and into the next stitch of the third round work 1 double crochet, chain 1 and into the next double crochet work an increase, so 1 and 2 stitches together into the same stitch, chain 1 and into the next stitch work 1 double crochet and a chain 1, then chain 1 and work 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1 and work 2 double crochets into the next stitch, 1 and 2. So we are working, oops, oops, I made a mistake. As you can see, here I put 2. I worked 2 double crochets, and here I need an increase, so pay attention. Okay, chain 1 and again 1 double crochet here, then chain 1 and 2 double crochets into the next double crochet of the third round. Okay, 2. Okay, chain 1 and 1 double crochet. Okay, and go on like this for the fourth round, sorry, fifth round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, fifth one, sorry, fifth. Now at the end of this round, fifth round, I chain 1 and insert my hook into my first stitch and slip stitch to join. At the end of this round, this fifth round, we have 30 double crochets and 20 chain 1 spaces. Now let us begin our sixth round, which is the round that I said you can make it bigger, your hat, if you want to, because this is right for me, but I don't have a very huge head, so let's say it works for an 10 years old child, maybe, not maybe, sure. Okay, it is. Here I have 30, it was, okay, 12, yes, 12 centimeters for the crown. So, and then I want to measure this one because I worked with a another kind of yarn, and maybe there are differences. Okay, now I will put my dark brown again, so change color, and of course you have to work the tails on the wrong side. This is okay. Now for this round, 6th round, I worked into every stitch of my 4th round. So I will work in 1, 2, 3, 4 in this round. Not the previous, but before the previous round. This round, my 4th round. 6 with 4 and 5 with 3. You go on like this, okay. And I will work increases into every stitch of my 4th round. So yarn over and into my first stitch I will work 2 stitches, 2 double crochets, okay, and a chain 1. Now if you think you want more stitches, maybe I will have at the end, I will have 40, as I said before, 40 stitches and 40 chain 1 spaces. Maybe you want 44 or 45. So you will work 2 increase, so increases of 2 stitches and increases of 3 stitches in order to add more stitches if you want. This is the idea. So here again I will work only 2 stitches increases, so 1 and 2, chain 1, and again into the next stitch of my 4th round an increase, a 2 stitches increase, okay, like this. And I will have, as I said, I will have at the end of this round 40 stitches. If you want 44, you have to add 3 stitches increases, okay, casually, randomly, so it's not important. Randomly you put 3 stitches increases instead of 2 stitches increases, okay, and you'll have 44 stitches. But I think with 40 it's okay. I don't know what to say because I'm not very sure. If I were you, I will try first with 40, and after 3-4 rounds worked with 40, you can see if the size is right or not. Okay. So my advice is to work with 40 and then you'll see. Okay, so we will go on like this for this 6th round with an increase into every single stitch of our 4th round. So an increase and a chain 1. Again, 1 and 2 in the same stitch, 2 double crochets and a chain 1, then again 2 double crochets, and a chain 1, again 2 double crochets and a chain 1, and we go on like this for this 6th round. For a total of 20 into the 4th round we have 20 stitches. So if we work into every of these 20 stitches of the 4th round, we work an increase, we'll have of course 40 stitches. So go on like this. And work your stitches. Now I finished my 6th round and I have 40 stitches all around because I need 40. As I said before, if you need more, you can put a 3 stitches increase randomly. And 20 chain 1 spaces. Now, because the brick stitch is worked with one chain 1, 1 double crochet, we need to open these stitches and to create 20 more chain 1 spaces because we want 40 stitches and 40 chain 1 spaces. And for now we have 40 double crochets but only 20 chain 1 spaces. Now, cut your yarn, change your color. Yes, I will put this one again. Change your color, join the new color, and so we are ready. Now, I will work like this into this round in order to recreate my 40 stitches and my 40 and to create my 40 chain 1 spaces. I will work into the fourth round and into the 5th round. So this is the only round that will work into the previous round too. So watch out, it's our, actually I want to put a marker here. This is my 6th round and I want to know. So this is the 7th round, is the only round that will work in this pattern, that will work into the previous round and into the before previous round, of course into the 4th and the 5th in this case. Okay, so we'll work like this. Yarn over and insert your hook into the first double crochet of your 4th round. 5th round, and make a double crochet and a chain 1. Now we are working into the previous round, so into our 6th round, and we are working in between the 2 stitches here. 1 double crochet, chain 1. Now if you have here 3, you will work another double crochet here in between the 2nd and the 3rd double crochet of the 6th round. Okay, so this is the difference. If you have 3 double crochets here, so you need more stitches for your hat. You'll work into the second, in between the first and the second, and in between the second and the third stitch. So you'll have 2 double crochets. Okay, now let's go back to our 5th round. My light brown. And here I have my increase. So I will work a double crochet in between these 2 stitches, because if you remember, into the 5th round we worked an increase and a normal stitch, an increase and a normal stitch. So now we will work in between the increase and on the top of the normal stitch. Okay, now chain 1 and then again work into the previous round, into the 6th round, in between the stitches, 1 double crochet. It's not difficult, just we have to pay attention a little bit. And a chain 1. So in this round, after all double crochet worked, we put a chain 1 space. Then again on the top of our single double crochet here of my 5th round. Yes. Okay, chain 1. Now again into the 6th round, a double crochet in between the 2 stitches and a chain 1. Now in between the 2 stitches of my increase of my 5th round, insert your hook and work a double crochet. And like this we are working into the 5th and the 6th row to complete our 7th row. Okay, now again into the 6th row, in between the stitches work a double crochet, chain 1, and on the top of our double crochet of the 5th row work a double crochet, chain 1. Now into the in between the stitches of the 6th round work a double crochet, chain 1, in between the stitches of the 5th round work a double crochet and a chain 1, in between the stitches of the 6th round work a double crochet and a chain 1. On the top of our double crochet of our 5th round work a double crochet, chain 1, in between the stitches of the 6th round work a double crochet, chain 1. Now in between the stitches of the 5th round work a double crochet, chain 1. So go on like this for this 5th round. Okay, now we have to work in between the stitches of the 6th round, chain 1. Now on the top of the double crochet of my 5th round, double crochet, chain 1. In between these 2 of the 6th round, so we work 6. So we work on the 6th round, on the 5th round, 6th round, 5th round, and so on, in a kind of zig and zag. Can you see? It's like this. Okay, so go on until the end of this round. Okay, I finished my 7th round. So chain 1, insert your hook into the first double crochet made and slip stitch to join. And now we have 40 double crochets and 40 chain 1 spaces, and we are ready to proceed with our hat without So no more increases. We are working like this now. I will work with this one. Let's put this one because I want you to see. So I will choose the light colors now. Okay. So into the 8th round we'll work like this. We go on. So we will work from now on as we worked before of our 7th round. So we are into the 8th round, so we will work into the 6th round, okay? And we skip the previous row. Always skip the previous row. We work into the 6th round. 8 with 6, 9 with 7, 10 with 8. So we go on like this. We always skip the previous round for this pattern. So, as I said, we'll work into the first stitch of our 6th round. Yarn over and work into the first double crochet, a double crochet, chain 1. Now into the next, work a double crochet, chain 1. So in our 6th round we have 40 double crochets. So we'll go on with 40 double crochets in our 8th round, but of course 40 chain 1 spaces too. So we are on the right way of our pattern. So chain 1 and into the next stitch of our 6th round, double crochet, then chain 1, skip into the next stitch of our 6th round, chain 1, double crochet, and skip into the next stitch of our 6th round, double crochet, chain 1, next stitch of our 6th round, double crochet, chain 1, and again into the next stitch of our 6th round. Oops, come on, you can do it. Yes, and work double crochet, chain 1, and continue on for this round. Chain 1 into the next stitch of our 6th round, double crochet, chain 1, skip into the next stitch of the 6th round, double crochet, chain 1, next stitch. So we are working into every stitch of our 6th round. Here, double crochet, chain 1 for a total of 20 double crochet, 20 chain 1 spaces for all our hat. So here I am at the end of my 8th round. Okay, now from now on, as I said, we will work into every, we will skip the previous round, work into every stitch of our next round, and we will work into every stitch, skip the double crochet of the previous, work in the next round, chain 1, and so on. And we have to add, so this is the crown of our hat, and now I want to measure mine just to give you an idea. It is 14. So I guess 14 it's okay for everybody, I guess. So maybe you can work with a 5mm hook, and that will be okay. It's a very soft and nice texture, this stitch. Okay, now as I said, now we have to go on with our hat with 40 double crochets and 40 chain 1 spaces for about 15 rounds more. Okay, so homework. Let's do this, make this 15 rounds, and then I will be back to show you how to make the ear flaps and of course to finish the hat. So this is the part that we need, and it's really easy. Actually, you'll see, you work into the chain 1 space, no? Into the double crochet, then chain 1, and so on. We change into, alternate into every round. Okay.